Evening, ladies and gents, how are we getting on? Thought I'd have a crack at a new Let's Play now. As you can probably see, I've picked the first Mass Effect. I've played it before on PS3, but since my PS3 is dead and I don't have a capture card anyway, PC it is. Was hoping to try and do this with a controller, but no such joy. The game doesn't support it at all, which really annoyed me after I've spent God knows how long trying to get it all set up. It's a faff to set PS4 controller up, and I didn't want to go buy another one or use anything else for it. Anyway, turned out to be a total wasted effort, as I can't do it, so I spent a little time familiarising myself with the controls, hence why we've got the resume thing. Yeah, I thought I'd have a crack at this one, because it's been a while since I played it. It's a great game, good for a Let's Play, I hope. I've also watched some other Let's Plays recently of it. That's because they're out there and for nostalgia's sake. And I keep finding myself thinking, like, I know how to do something you're completely missing, whichever YouTuber it may be that's missing it. So I thought I'd have a crack at it and see if I could go one better. Well, we'll see anyway. So, yep, this is what we're going to do. Hope you enjoy. And we'll get stuck in.
Welcome to Alliance Military Database.
Oh yeah, with Andromeda coming up
Classified
next year as well.
information requested.
Why not?
Establishing secure connection. Secure connection confirmed.
So, character creation. I'm going to do something unique. I'll not show you too much of me constructing the face because it's dull as hell, but because I already know a lot about
Please log in to access your profile.
what I'm going to do here. Because I already know a lot about the game itself. Having played it before, I know when you get the various companions, I'm going to gear my character towards that. Which is not necessarily going to make my life easier, but hopefully it'll work well. So we'll see what happens, I guess. Yeah, because that's much better. Yes, I'm a James Bond fan, amongst other things. It is all very well and entertaining, but it does take an excessive amount of
Warning,
time.
data corruption detected.
Yeah, man.
Please reconstruct profile. Confirm pre-service history.
So we've got both parents in the Alliance military, childhood throughout ships and stations. Followed parents' footsteps and joined the Alliance military. Colonist, Mindor, small water colony, African Traverse. When you're 16, slavers raided Mindor, slaughtering your family and friends. Saved by a passing Alliance patrol and enlisted later. And Earthborn. Orphan raised on the streets of the great megatropolises. Life of petty crime escaped by joining the military. Yeah, well, as soon as I'm Earthborn. It's the standard one, that one. If you just go with the customized, the basic version, that's what you'll get. I'm actually going to do that.
Confirm
'cause I like it.
psychological profile.
This one's good if you're going to go with a renegade playthrough. But I'm probably not, because it doesn't really work for me. I don't like doing that sort of thing. Just too nice, I guess. Oh, that's pretty cool. War hero. Kind of more fits with the story for those of you who haven't played it through, haven't seen it before. I'll not spoil it too much if I can avoid it. Although if you don't want it spoiling at all, you're probably in the wrong place, but there we go. Yeah, I think I'm going to go Assault Survivor. Again, it's the standard one.
Specialization.
So yeah, Soldier's the other standard one. It's one I've played the most. It's fun, it gets you straight into the combat, and it's the toughest type, so when you're figuring the game out, it's a good way to go. Plus, it's got the least complex mechanics on it. So. Yeah, if you want to have a look at these, by all means pause or whatever. I already know what I'm going to do, which will be this one. We'll go with the biotic route. Reason for that being the main biotic companion you get is not for a while. I mean, you can rush straight towards and get that companion, but I'm not going to do that, so. On the other hand, the limited weapons training is a bit annoying. If you've already completed the game once, you can use any weapon you like, but that does look like fun though. Don't think I'm going to do that though. I want to go basic, not tech. Sentinel, Caden, yeah. I'm copying the base one. The base companion, I don't really want to copy him, so. Vanguards. It's got a certain appeal. Not really into closer range stuff though. So I think we'll stick with the Adept. Light armor could be a bit
Confirm facial identification.
I'm going to change his face, so I'll step out for a moment and you can see it when I'm done rather than watching me tinker for ages. BRB. Welcome back. So, this I think is our guy. Not quite sure how he's actually going to turn out when I get him in game, but we'll see. It's a bit hit and miss, you know. Come on, look forward. But I think I'm reasonably happy with that. So, rather than spending hours messing around, let's push on.
Profile reconstruction complete.
God, he looks so spindly. Used to seeing him in heavy armour for playing a soldier rather than an adept. Let's rock and roll.
Identification confirmed.
Let's do this. Mass relays look so cool.
Well, what about Shepard? Earthborn, but no record of his family.
Doesn't have one. He was raised on the streets, learned to look out for himself.
He saw his whole unit die on a cruise. He could have some serious emotional scars.
Every soldier has scars. Shepard's a survivor.
Is that the kind of person we want protecting the galaxy?
Fuck off, you nasal bastard.
That's the only kind of person who can protect the galaxy.
Thank you.
I'll make the call.
Dean is such a bitch. Oh, by the way, you may want to pause in just a moment to read this.
Arcturus Prime relays in range. Initiating transmission sequence.
Commander?
We are connected. Calculating transit mass and destination. The relay is hot, acquiring approach vector. All stations secure for transit. Green. Approach run has begun.
They look like sucking on a lemon.
Hitting the relay in 3, 2, 1.
Damn, that's cool.
Thrusters? Check. Navigation? Check. Internal emission sync engaged. All systems online. Drift? Just under 1500K.
1500 is good. Your captain will be pleased.
I hate that guy.
Nihilus gave you a compliment. So you hate him.
You remember to zip up your jumpsuit on the way out of the bathroom? That's good. I just jumped us halfway across the galaxy and hit a target the size of a pinhead. So that's incredible. Besides, Spectres are trouble. I don't like having them on board. Call me paranoid.
You're paranoid. The Council helped fund this project. They have a right to send someone to keep an eye on their investment.
Yeah, that is the official story. But only an idiot believes the official story.
That's literally what I would have said to him. Seth Green, in case you were wondering. This game's fairly, quite a smattering of famous names in it, doing various voice acting. I've gone for a male shepherd, obviously, but if you have to go down the female road, it's Jennifer Hale, I believe her name is, the voice actress who does female shepherd. She's very well known in video game voice acting circles. She's done some amazing stuff actually over the years.
They don't send specters on shakedown runs.
So there's more going on here than the captain's letting on.
Joker, status report.
Just cleared the mass relay, Captain. Stealth systems engaged. Everything looks solid.
Good. Find a comm buoy and link us into the network. I want mission reports relayed back to Alliance brass before we reach Eden Prime.
Aye, aye, Captain. Better brace yourself, sir. I think Nihilus is headed your way.
He's already here, Lieutenant.
Wince.
Tell Commander Shepard to meet me in the comm room for a debriefing.
You get that, Commander?
He sounds angry. Something must have gone wrong with the mission.
Captain always sounds like that when he's talking to me.
Can't possibly imagine why.
Right, so we're into the game. So yeah, one of my motivations behind doing this was there's a few things that aren't very well explained. Took a little bit of getting used to.
We're getting dragged right along with it.
Come on. Now, one of those things is the menu, and a couple of Let's Plays I've watched also see the people playing the game struggling a little bit to get their head around them, so I thought I'd have a crack at explaining it a little better. There we go. Journal and codex pretty standard. Nothing particularly remarkable there. Codex. I'm not going to go through all of these. If you happen to want to read any of them, so if this is a general consensus, I will show them up and you can pause it. But let me know in the comments if that's what you want me to do. But there's huge amounts of this, absolute vast amounts of background text and information. It's fantastic if you like lore-heavy games, which I do, to be fair. I have read most of it. But it does take a lot of time. So, first thing we're going to look at, squad menu. It's for the level up screen, character page. Fairly standard stuff, different sets of skills depending on your class. In this case I've gone down the Adept road, so I'm going to level up based on that. Character's only really any good with pistols, but I can't even upgrade that yet. But upgrading the one above usually unlocks the grayed out one, so there we go, unlocks pistol skill. So I definitely want to work towards that as my primary weapon, plus extra armor's got to be good. Throw, warp, lift, singularity, they're all pretty good actually. Singularity is particularly useful, so I think I'll work my way towards that. Barrier, not so much, because upgrading this will get me shield boost, which restores some of my shields. It's basically duplicate power, up to a point anyway. Barrier is a bit more powerful, but since I'm going to do this one anyway. I quite like going down the charm route rather than the intimidate, so the Paragon or Renegade, whichever you prefer. Game fully supports both. I like being persuasive as well, so I'm going to put a couple of points in there. You can auto level up if you'd like, and go back if you want. That's very useful, especially things like Fallout that I've been playing recently. Don't give you the option to undo it and change your mind. Of course, once I've hit go back, I won't be able to do that, but if I wanted to change it now, I could. Quite like that little feature. So, we've got inventory and such like as well, settings, maps, fairly basic. Oh, I see. Room, there we go. CIC and the bridge. Yep, standard stuff. Nothing else that's particularly interesting. I'll show you the inventory menu when I've actually got something to show you. go and talk to Navigator Presley.
Congratulations, Commander. Looks like we had a smooth run. You heading down to see the captain?
Sounds like you don't trust our Turian guest.
Sorry, Commander. Just having a chat with Adams down in engineering. I didn't mean to cause any trouble. But you have to admit, something's odd about this mission. The whole crew feels it.
Yeah, the character creation's a bit hit and miss. His nose is a bit chunky, his lips are a bit weird. But, I can live with it.
You think the Alliance brass is holding out on us?
If all we're supposed to do is test out the stealth system, why is Captain Anderson in charge? And then there's Nihilus. Spectres are elite operatives, top covert agents. Why send a Spectre, a Turian Spectre, on a shakedown run? It doesn't add up.
Why, indeed. I did mean to put scars on his face, I forgot. Oh well.
What do you know about the stealth systems?
I just know it masks our location from scans and sensors. Cutting-edge technology. The Normandy's the only ship with this prototype drive. But why are we fully staffed? A skeleton crew would be cheaper, less chance of security leaks too. Plus there's Nihilus. It's pretty obvious this shakedown run is just a cover.
If you want to know more about the stealth systems, and anything like that really, the Codex has vast amounts of information on it. It doesn't explain it well in conversation, but you can read up on it. It's an impressive amount of depth on it, it's very interesting. It sort of roughly correlates to modern real-world science as well, as opposed to science fiction. Not directly, obviously, but there are links. It's quite cool.
For what?
Damned if I know, Commander. We're out here on false pretenses. I'm not a fan of being left in the dark.
Do you have a problem with the captain?
No, sir. But I can't figure out what he's doing here. Captain Anderson is one of the most decorated Special Forces officers in the service. If he melted down all his medals, he could make a life-size statue of himself. You don't send a soldier like that on a do-nothing mission. He's treating this shakedown run too seriously. Something big is going on.
You don't trust Nihilus?
I don't like Turians in general. It runs in my family. My grandfather fought in the First Contact War. Lost a lot of friends when the Turians hit us.
A charming point of view.
That was 30 years ago. You can't blame Nihilus for that.
No, I guess not. But it still makes me nervous to have a Spectre on board. Especially a Turian. We're an Alliance vessel, human military, but Nihilus doesn't answer to the captain like the rest of us. Spectres operate outside the normal chain of command. And they don't come along just to observe shakedown runs. Nihilus looks like he's expecting some heavy action. I don't like it.
I'll see if I can get some answers when I see him.
Good luck, Commander.
Yeah, sign-offs are a bit weird.
It's not the kind of place Spectres visit. But there's something Nihilus isn't telling us about this mission.
That's crazy. The captain's in charge here. He wouldn't take orders from a Spectre.
Not his choice, Doc. Spectres don't answer to anyone. They can do whatever they want. Kill anyone who gets in their way.
Oh, you watch too many spy vids, Jenkins.
Might have to turn the voice volume up a little bit. We'll see what happens when I play it back. It sounds a little quiet.
What do you think, Commander? We won't be staying on Eden Prime too long, will we? I'm itching for some real action.
I sincerely hope you're kidding, Corporal. Your real action usually ends with me patching up crew members in the infirmary.
You need to calm down, Corporal. A good soldier stays cool, even under fire.
Sorry, Commander, but this waiting's killing me. I've never been on a mission like this before, not one with a Spectre on board.
Just treat this like every other assignment you've had and everything will work out.
Easy for you to say. You proved yourself on a cruise. Everybody knows what you can do. This is my big chance. I need to show the brass what I can do.
You're young, Corporal. You have a long career ahead of you. Don't do something stupid to mess it up.
Don't worry, sir. I'm not gonna screw this up.
You're from Eden Prime, aren't you, Jenkins? What's it like?
It's very peaceful, Commander. They've been real careful with development, so you don't have any city noise or pollution. My parents lived on the outskirts of the colony. At night, I used to climb this big hill and stare across the fields back at the lights from the main settlement. It was gorgeous. But when I got older, I realized it was a little too calm and quiet for me. That's why I joined the Alliance. Even Paradise gets boring after a while.
Any idea why Eden Prime was chosen as our destination?
Not really sure, Commander. Eden Prime's one of our most stable colonies. Good place to take the Normandy for a shakedown run, I guess. No real danger there. There's gotta be something else going on. We've got a Spectre on board. That's why I'm so wound up. I can't wait for the real mission to start.
What do you know about the Spectres?
Only what I've heard. Spectre agents work directly for the Citadel Council. They usually work alone or in small groups. Spectres don't have any official power, though. Basically, they're a shadow organization with a mandate to preserve and protect galactic stability.
Protect it at any cost. Don't forget that part. Spectres operate above the law.
How do you control agents with unlimited power?
I suppose the Council could revoke the Spectre status of an agent who got out of hand. At that point, Citadel Security Services would take over.
Those C-Sec grunts wouldn't stand a chance. The Spectres were 20 ordinary soldiers. The Spectres police themselves. An agent goes rogue, they send another agent to take him down. That's Spectre justice.
The Corporal's confusing romantic legends with reality, Commander.
Why don't we have any of our own people in there?
Spectres usually come from the Council races, like the Turians. We've been trying to get a human accepted into their ranks for years now. So far, it hasn't happened.
Hey, Commander, you'd make a good Spectre. You're always getting dropped into impossible situations, forced to survive unbeatable odds. Just like you on Aku's.
I try not to think about Aku's.
Sorry, Commander. I didn't mean to offend you. I respect what you did there. We all do.
Let's not dwell on the past, Commander. Was there something else you needed?
What can you tell me about Nihilus?
Turians are generally well respected by the other species. Their fleet has more patrols protecting Citadel space than any other. They don't always get on well with us, though. Some people find them too rigid. Others still blame them for the First Contact War. As for Nihilus, I haven't said more than 2 words to him. He usually only speaks to the captain.
I hope we get a chance to see him in action. I heard Nihilus took down an entire enemy platoon all by himself.
It's like James Bond meets a Jedi.
The captain's waiting for me.
Goodbye, Commander.
Speaking of...
Commander Shepard, I was hoping you'd get here first. It will give us a chance to talk.
About?
I'm interested in this world we're going to. Eden Prime. I've heard it's quite beautiful.
They say it's a paradise.
Yes, a paradise. Serene, tranquil, safe. Eden Prime has become something of a symbol for your people, hasn't it? Proof that humanity can not only establish colonies across the galaxy, but also protect them. But how safe is it really?
Got such a digitized voice. I wonder if it's a Turian thing or if it's something to do with his armor.
Do you know something?
Your people are still newcomers, Shepard. The galaxy can be a very dangerous place. Is the Alliance truly ready for this?
I think it's about time we told the Commander what's really going on.
This mission is far more than a simple shakedown run.
I figured there was something you weren't telling us.
We're making a covert pickup on Eden Prime. That's why we needed the stealth systems operational.
There must be a reason you didn't tell me about this, sir.
This comes down from the top, Commander. Information strictly on a need-to-know basis. A research team on Eden Prime unearthed some kind of beacon during an excavation. It was Prothean.
What else can you tell me?
This is big, Shepard. The last time humanity made a discovery like this, it jumped our technology forward 200 years. But Eden Prime doesn't have the facilities to handle something like this. We need to bring the beacon back to the Citadel for proper study.
Obviously, this goes beyond mere human interests, Commander. This discovery could affect every species in Council space.
Yeah, that would be a slightly bitchy response, so I don't think I'll go down that road.
Are we expecting trouble?
I'm always expecting trouble.
Dramatic much?
There's more, Shepard. Nihilus isn't just here for the beacon. He's also here to evaluate you.
Like hell he is. No, I don't think so.
Guess that explains why I bump into him every time I turn around.
The Alliance has been pushing for this for a long time. Humanity wants a larger role in shaping interstellar policy. We want more say with the Citadel Council. The Spectres represent the Council's power and authority. If they accept a human into their ranks, It shows how far the Alliance has come.
Not many could have survived what you went through on Akuz. You showed a remarkable will to live, a particularly useful talent. That's why I put your name forward as a candidate for the Spectres.
Why would a Turian want a human in the Spectres?
Not all Turians resent humanity. Some of us see the potential of your species. We see what you have to offer to the rest of the galaxy, and to the Spectres. We are an elite group. It's rare to find an individual with the skills we seek. I don't care that you're human, Shepard. I only care that you can do the job.
I assume this is good for the Alliance.
Earth needs this, Shepard. We're counting on you.
I need to see your skills for myself, Commander. Eden Prime will be the first of several missions together.
You'll be in charge of the ground team. Secure the beacon and get it onto the ship ASAP. Nihilus will accompany you to observe the mission.
Why is this beacon so important?
All advanced galactic civilization is based on Prothean technology. Even yours.
If we hadn't discovered those Prothean ruins buried on Mars, we'd still be stuck on Earth. That was just a small data cache. Who knows what we can learn from this beacon? What if it's a weapons archive? We can't let it fall into the wrong hands.
Like who?
The Adept Traverse isn't the most stable sector of Citadel space. There are plenty of raiders and criminal groups active in the region. They might figure a Prothean beacon is worth the risk of attacking an Alliance ship. Plus, Eden Prime is right on the border of the Terminus systems.
The Adept Traverse is under Citadel protection. If the Terminus systems attack, it's an act of war.
Technically, yes. But some of the species in the Terminus might be willing to start a war over this.
The last thing the Council wants is to get dragged into a major conflict with the Terminus systems. We have to keep this low-key.
What do you know about the Protheans?
Just what they taught us in school. They were a technologically advanced species that ruled the galaxy 50,000 years ago. Then they vanished. Nobody really knows how or why, though I've heard plenty of theories. But everyone agrees, galactic civilization wouldn't exist without them.
Their citadel is the very heart of galactic society, and without their mass relays, interstellar travel would be impossible. We all owe the Protheans a great debt.
I'd like to know more about Eden Prime before we touch down.
It's a peaceful farming world, but it represents something much bigger. Eden Prime is one of our oldest and most successful colonies. It proved we were ready to face the challenges of settling new worlds, to forge a place for humanity beyond Earth. It symbolizes humanity's growth and evolution as a spacefaring species. And after this, it will be known as the world where humans made a discovery of galactic importance.
True that.
Just give the word, Captain.
We should be getting close to Eden.
Captain, we got a problem.
What's wrong, Joker?
Transmission from Eden Prime, sir. You better see this.
Bring it up on screen.
Get down!
We are under attack, taking heavy casualties. I repeat, heavy casualties. We can't get evac. They came out of nowhere. We need...
Everything cuts out after that. No comm traffic at all. Just goes dead. There's nothing.
Reverse and hold at 38.5.
That looks like trouble.
Status report.
17 minutes out, Captain. No other Alliance ships in the area.
Take us in, Joker, fast and quiet. This mission just got a lot more complicated.
A small strike team can move quickly, without drawing attention. It's our best chance to secure the beacon.
Grab your gear and meet us in the cargo hold. Tell Alenko and Jenkins to suit up, Commander. You're going in.
And here we go.
Engaging stealth systems. Somebody was doing some serious digging here, Captain.
Your team's the muscle in this operation, Commander. Go in heavy and head straight for the dig site.
What about survivors, Captain?
Helping survivors is a secondary objective. The beacon's your top priority.
Approaching drop point 1.
Nihilus, you're coming with us?
I move faster on my own.
Nihilus will scout out ahead. He'll feed you status reports throughout the mission. Otherwise, I want radio silence.
Ready and able, sir.
The mission's yours now, Shepard. Good luck!
We are approaching drop point 2.
Right. Eden Prime. At sunset from the look of
This
this.
place got hit hard, Commander. Hostiles everywhere. Keep your guard up.
So a quick setup, shall we? Caden. Decryption, very useful skill. Moving on towards electronics as well, which is also very useful. First aid, let's have some of that. Jenkins, soldier, so assault rifles. Combat armor, I think. No, I don't think I have anything. Clear those. It's not flashing at me. Like I say, let me know in the comments if you do want me to show the journal entries, but it will take an absolute fuck ton of time. So, just get some quick hotkey setup, that's the word I'm looking for, quick bar. Same thing really. Okay. Yep, everybody's carrying the right gun. One of the reasons I chose to do this, other than somewhat dodgy explanations on other ones,
those?
Gas bags. Don't worry, they're harmless.
was seeing others not exploring properly and missing things, especially when they're not that well hidden. Things such as this. So this give you is somewhere between a let's play and a walkthrough. Come on. There we go. So, we got some armor upgrades, toxic seals. Specially sealed body armor provides increased protection against radiation, gases and other toxins. Doubt that'll be much use, but as it's all I've got, I might as well. Get rid of that ugly ass helmet. And the other one, I believe, was an ammo mod. No, it wasn't. It was a grenade mod. Grenade launcher. It says grenade launcher, but you basically just lob them down the street like they're ordinary grenades. Oh. Okay, fair enough. Extra damage, fire damage, that can't hurt. Just get rid of those helmets. Let me take Jenkins' helmet off. No. Well. Let's push on. Those gas bags are really ugly.
Oh God, what happened here?
Somebody had a shit day. Very sci-fi. popped another level. So, do this, shall we? Oh, I definitely want my armour up. Charm. I'm working towards that. So let's do that as well. Caden? Yeah. Cool. So, decryption's definitely a priority. And some first aid as well. And that doesn't look promising.
Cured.
Sure, something else was going to do before what it was now. Oh, well, we'll come back to.
Rip right through his shields. We're out of chance.
We'll see that he receives a proper service once the mission is complete. But I need you to stay focused.
Aye, aye, sir.
Oh, that's what I was going to do. Shield boost. There, and walk there, I think.
Enemy sighted. I've lost shields.
Gotcha.
I've got some burned out buildings here, Shepard. A lot of bodies. I'm gonna check it out. I'll try to catch up with you at the dig site.
Does not sound like good news. Yeah, it's right out in the open, and you have some people missing this as well. Ooh. Have we here? So, making up a barrel. Push of damage, slow rate of fire. Overheats faster. Yeah, I think I'll take that. Yeah, so as you can see, we've got our different gear down here. And the upgrades and alternatives I'll show down there. More detailed view up there. And then just switch between them. Reducing it to Omnigel allows you to use Omnigel to bypass things and hack things. It's the Omnigel counter there. But it's really not worth doing. Better off just making sure your skills are upright and selling it for credits, which are relatively hard to come by. And the best gear in the game can only be bought, and it's ridiculously expensive. It's good stuff, but you really don't want to waste your money. Not doing so. Oh, wait, that's me.
All targets down.
Let's just hit some first aid. There's a first aid medical kit, rather, first aid kit. It didn't help these guys very much though. Still, maybe I'll have better luck. Oh, look at the pretty pink armour. There's going to be mixed opinions on a girl in pink armour. Gender stereotype. Ooh! Yeah, not your day, bud. I think if they're like where the weapons packed down, just small blocks.
Thanks for your help, Commander.
Got him.
I didn't think I was going to make it.
Negative contacts, Commander.
So, Let's go and talk to Miss Pretty in Pink, Ashley Williams. That's generic computer game companion name as you can get.
Honorary Chief Ashley Williams of the 212. You the one in charge here, sir?
Are you wounded, Williams?
A few scrapes and burns, nothing serious. The others weren't so lucky. Oh man. We were patrolling the perimeter when the attack hit. We tried to get off a distress call, but they cut off our communications. I've been fighting for my life ever since.
Looks like she did well.
Where's the rest of your squad?
We tried to double back to the beacon, but we walked into an ambush. I don't think any of the others... I think I'm the only one left.
Any idea what kind of enemy we're facing?
I think they're Geth.
The Geth haven't been seen outside the Veil in nearly 200 years. Why are they here now?
They must have come for the beacon. The dig site is close, just over that rise. It might still be there.
Let's do it.
We could use your help, Williams.
Aye, aye, sir. It's time for payback.
Describe what happened leading up to the attack.
We were sent out a couple of nights ago from the main colony to secure the area. Seemed like a routine patrol, until the Geth hit us. We never knew they were coming.
What happened to the researchers at the dig site?
I don't know. They set up camp near the beacon. The 232 was with them. Maybe their unit fared better than mine.
Come on, what's going on? There we go.
What else do you know about the Geth?
Just what I remember from history class back in school. They're synthetics, non-organic life forms with limited AI programming, created by the Quarians a few centuries ago. They were supposed to be a source of cheap labor, but ended up turning on the Quarians and drove them into exile. Well, after that, they just kind of disappeared behind the Perseus Veil. Nobody's really heard much from them since.
Gotta love the AI villainy and issues in sci-fi. Everybody's terrified of it.
Tell me everything you know about the beacon.
They were doing some digging out here to extend the monorail and expand the colony. A few weeks ago, they unearthed some Prothean ruins, and the beacon. Suddenly, every scientific expert in the colony was interested. That's when they brought us in to secure the site. I don't know much about the beacon itself, but I heard one of the researchers say this could be the biggest scientific discovery of the century.
What happened to the researchers at the dig site?
I don't know. They set up camp near the beacon. The 232 was with them. Maybe their unit fared better than mine.
Have you seen a Turian Spectre around here?
There aren't any Turians on Eden Prime. None that I've ever met. Not sure I'd be able to tell if one was a Spectre anyway.
If you saw this guy, you'd know. Carries enough firepower to wipe out a whole platoon. Luckily, he's on our side.
Sorry. Like I said, no Turians.
Move out.
But that's the wrong way. Oh, cool. You're gone. So, better damage, not as accurate, not as many shots. Still, better damage. And we got armor-piercing rounds. 15% extra damage versus synthetics. Yes, please. Right. Let's grab these bits and pieces.
The beacon's at the far end of this trench.
Oh, awesome. More armor-piercing rounds. Never been that lucky before. And some light armor. Nice. So look at Ash. She's a bit more gun-orientated. Let's give her some more armor-piercing rounds. Anything on here? Nope. Seems I'm limited to light armor, I think. Certainly for now, anyway. So, Scorpion 1. Yep, better across the board. Yes, please. Wonderful. You are welcome me. Right. So then, leave. No, not that one. Come on. Yes, thought there was some squad upgrades to do. Give Ashley some slightly better set up. Yeah, that's going to go forward, I think. It's going to be worthwhile. Better arm's always a way forward. You can take your time with your existing weaponry. Nope. Nope. Okay. Just see if Ashley's still wearing the helmet. She is. Let's get rid of that. Much better. Tally ho! Squeak! Oh wait, there's another one. There was another one. Good work, team. Pistol, shotgun, assault rifle winner. So, pistol. Nope, it's the same as what I've got, so let's give that to Caden. He also uses pistols. No point doing anything there. And I believe we've got an assault rifle. Is that shows our resident assault rifle user? Yeah, Banshee 1. Case you were curious. So, here.
This is the dig site. The beacon was right here. It must have been moved.
Really? By who? Our side or the Geth?
Hard to say. Maybe we'll know more after we check out the research camp.
You think anyone got out of here alive?
If they were lucky. Maybe hiding up in the camp. It's just on the top of this ridge, up the ramps.
Let's do it then.
Change of plans, Shepard. There's a small spaceport up ahead. I want to check it out. I'll wait for you there.
Looks like they hit the camp hard.
It's a good place for an ambush. Keep your guard up.
Wow.
Oh god, they're still alive.
That's very not pretty.
What did the Geth do to them?
Did we get him? I think we got him. Is he gone? Yeah.
Area secured.
Which one bites my leg now? Oh, that's a pretty grisly fight. Oh, cool, part of camp. That Krogan armor. It's not much use. Yeah, you've got different racial types of armor, because obviously we have quite different body shapes. And then you've got the armor grade and just the type. Manufacturer. So, part of camp. Better cooldown, but less damage and duration. To be honest, I don't think I really want that. No, I don't think I do. Oh, flog it later. See what's lurking in the sheds. Couple of sniper rifles. Not much use to me. Yep. Maybe some party members later on down the line.
That door, it's closed. Security lock's engaged.
Well, I should might have a use for it later on. So let's give a... I know there's a character coming up later on who has much more use for it than Ashley does, so... We'll give her the hammer and save the Reaper for my better sniper on down the line. Right. Quick save. And decrypt, which is why I put points into description with Caden. Yay, nice and easy.
Humans, thank the Maker. Hurry, close the door before they come back.
Golem.
Don't worry, we'll protect you.
Thank you. I think we'll be okay now. It looks like everyone's gone.
You're Dr. Warren, the one in charge of the excavation. Do you know what happened to the beacon?
It was moved to the spaceport this morning. Manuel and I stayed behind to help pack up the camp. When the attack came, the Marines held them off long enough for us to hide. They gave their lives to save us.
No one is saved. The age of humanity is ended. Soon, only ruin and corpses will remain.
Do be quiet, Golem.
What's wrong with your assistant?
Manuel has a brilliant mind, but he's always been a bit unstable.
Really?
Genius and madness are two sides of the same coin.
Is it madness to see the future? To see the destruction rushing towards us? To understand there is no escape? No hope? No. I am not mad. I'm the only sane one left.
I gave him an extra dose of his meds after the attack.
I understand why he talks like he's crazy. I'm not quite sure why she talks like she's crazy.
What else can you tell me about the attack?
It all happened so fast. 1 second we were gathering up our equipment. The next we were hiding in the shed while the Geth swarmed over the camp.
Agents of the destroyers. Bringers of darkness. Heralds of our extinction.
We could hear the battle outside. Gunfire, screams. I thought it would never end. Then everything went quiet. We just sat there, too afraid to move, until you came along.
Can you tell me anything about the beacon?
It's some type of data module from a galaxy-wide communications network. Remarkably well preserved. It could be the greatest scientific discovery of our lifetime. Miraculous new technologies, groundbreaking medical advances. Who knows what secrets are locked inside?
We have unearthed the heart of evil. Awakened the beast. Unleashed the darkness.
Manuel, please. This isn't the time.
Yeah, some fairly opposite points of view there.
Did you notice a Turian in the area?
I saw him. The Prophet. Leader of the enemy. He was here before the attack.
That's impossible. Nihilus was with us in the Normandy before the attack. He couldn't have been here.
I'm sorry. Manuel's still a bit unsettled. We haven't seen your Turian. We've been hiding in here since the attack.
What are you up to, Nihilus?
Williams, take us to the spaceport.
You can't stop it. Nobody can stop it. Night is falling. The darkness of eternity.
Hush, Manuel. Go lie down. You'll feel better once the medication kicks in.
You care to put that in the form of a wager, crazy bloke? Right, so I believe we grabbed a level, didn't we? Yes. Is that it? Okay. Right. Onwards.
Saren. Nihilus. This isn't your mission, Saren. What are you doing here?
The Council thought you could use some help on this one.
I wasn't expecting to find the Geth here. The situation's bad.
Don't worry. I've got it under control.
Oh, shit.
What is that? Off in the distance.
It's a ship. Look at the size of it.
It's a giant squid. Crayfish or something. That one will.
Perimeter secured.
To be honest, they normally get closer than that. Quite pleased with that. Let's go and have a look over here. Grenades and omni-gel, fair enough.
Everybody stay calm out there. We're coming out, we're not armed.
Is it safe? Are they gone?
You're okay now. Nobody's gonna hurt you.
Those things were crawling all around the shed. They would have found us for sure. We owe you our lives.
I still can't believe it. When we saw that ship, I thought it was all over.
It showed up right before the attack. Knew it was trouble the second I saw it, so we made a break for the sheds.
Tell me everything you remember about the attack.
The three of us were working the crops when that ship showed up. We just saw it and ran. I don't know what happened to the rest of the crew.
They were by the garage, over near the spaceport, right where that ship came down. No way they survived.
You don't know that. We survived. If they made it to the garage, they could have had a fighting chance.
What else can you tell me about the ship you saw?
I was too busy running to get a clear look at it. I think it landed over near the spaceport.
Tell them about the noise, Cole. That awful noise.
It was emitting some kind of signal as it descended. It sounded like the shriek of the damned. Only it was coming from inside your own head.
It was probably trying to block communications.
Whatever it was, felt like it was tearing right through my skull. Almost made it impossible to think.
Do you know anything about the Prothean beacon they dug up?
We're just farmers. We heard they found something out there, but it never really mattered to us. Not until now.
I have to go.
Hey, Cole, we're just a bunch of farmers. These guys are soldiers. Maybe we should give them the stuff.
Jeez, Blake, you gotta learn when to shut up.
You have something to tell me, Cole?
Some guys at the spaceport were running a small smuggling ring. Nothing major. In exchange for a cut of the profits, we let them store packages in our sheds.
You're breaking the law, Cole.
We're not hurting anybody. Hell, most of the time I don't even know what's in the packages. Just thought there might be something we could use. I found a pistol. Figured it would come in handy if those things came back. But you'll probably get more use out of it than we will.
We're risking our lives to save this colony. You sure there's nothing else in here that could help us out?
Yeah, there's one more thing. I was gonna sell it after this was over, but you probably deserve it more than I do.
Who's your contact at the spaceport, Cole? What's his name?
He's not a bad guy. I don't want to get him in trouble. Besides, I'm not a snitch.
Yeah, the blue options are the charm ones. That's what I've been putting the skill points in for. If I had a renegade points, it would be that one, I should imagine. I'd be threatening him.
He might have something to do with this whole attack, Cole. We need his name. It's important.
Yeah, okay, you're right. His name's Powell. Works the docks at the spaceport, if he's still alive.
I have to go.
Good luck.
Just not on combat sensor. Oh, that's a sizable step up. Okay, combat sensor is particularly useful against Geth because they have habit of jamming stuff. It just allows you to use your radar when they're around. So, it doesn't matter who that's on. Let's give it to Ashley. For now, anyway. See if we've got a better pistol for Caden now. Yep. Oh, actually, that's me. Still don't know though. Come on. There we go. Shotgun, medium armor for human, and medium armor for Krogan. So, not much else for use. Actually, might be able to use the medium armor. Let's have a look at that. Yeah, I'd say that's better. Kind of similar to the soldier's starting armor, actually. But she doesn't seem to want to do it. Is he just freaking out? Or? Sure, she's supposed to be able to use that. Yeah. There we go. Oh, that's very yellow. Anything to put on there? Yeah. Let's push on to the spaceport.
Commander, it's Nihilus.
Poor Nihilus.
Something's moving over behind those crates.
Wait! Don't shoot! I'm one of you! I'm human!
Sneaking up on us like that nearly got you killed.
I'm sorry, I was hiding from those creatures. My name's Powell. I saw what happened to that Turian. The other one shot him.
I need to know how Nihilus died.
The other one got here first. He was waiting when your friend showed up. He called him Saren. I think they knew each other. Your friend seemed to relax. He let his guard down. And Saren killed him. Shot him right in the back. I'm just lucky he didn't see me behind the crates.
Very lucky.
We were told a Prothean beacon was brought to the spaceport. What happened to it?
It's over on the other platform. Probably where that guy Saren was headed. He hopped on the cargo train right after he killed your friend. I knew that beacon was trouble. Everything's gone to hell since we found it. First that damn mothership showed up, then the attack. They killed everyone. Everyone. If I hadn't been behind the crates, I'd be dead too.
How come you're the only one who survived? Why didn't anyone else try to hide behind the crates?
They never had a chance. I was already behind the crates when the attack started.
Wait a minute. You were hiding behind the crates before the attack?
Sometimes I need a nap to get through my shift. I sneak off behind the crates to grab 40 winks where the supervisor can't find me.
Lazy fucker.
You survived because you're lazy?
If you hadn't snuck off for that nap, you'd probably be dead just like all the others.
Yeah, I guess. I don't really want to think about it.
Tell me about the Geth attack.
It was quick. 1 minute that ship was descending, the next, those Geth were swarming over the platform. Thousands of them. They must have been inside that mothership. They shot anything that moved. It was a massacre.
Tell me about this mothership you saw.
I've never seen anything like it before. It was huge. Landed over near that platform. The whole place got dark as it came down. And it was making this noise, this sound that bored right into your brain. That's what woke me up. The attack came a few minutes later.
Is there anything else you can tell me about the beacon?
They brought it here this morning. We loaded it up onto the train and shipped it to the other platform. Hard to believe that was only a few hours ago. Feels like a whole other life.
You're Cole's contact here on the docks. For the smuggling ring.
What? No! I mean, what does it matter now? So I'm a smuggler, who cares? My supervisor's dead, the entire crew's dead. Doesn't matter now, does it?
Lazy and a criminal. And he still survives. Git.
Anything hidden nearby that we could use against the Geth?
A shipment of grenades came through last week. Nobody notices if a few small pieces go missing from the military orders.
You greedy son of a bitch. We're out here trying to protect your sorry ass, and all you can think about is how you can rip us off?
I never thought you'd actually need those grenades. Who'd want to attack Eden Prime? We're just a bunch of farmers. How was I supposed to know?
You've got some seriously excessive boob armor going on there.
Just give me the grenades.
They're yours. Take them. My smuggling days are over, I swear.
A lot of Marines died here, Powell. Those grenades could have come in handy. If I were you, I'd think of some way to make it up to them.
Yeah, okay. There is something else I was saving. Could be worth a fortune. Experimental technology, top of the line. Take it. I don't need it. I didn't want anyone to get hurt. Really, I'm sorry.
We need to find that beacon before it's too late.
Take the cargo train. That's where the other Turian went. I can't stay here. I need to get away from all this.
Nice. Ooh. Oh. Not much use right now. Basically the same thing. So incendiary, 15 fire damage per second. 10% more damage. Big blast radius. Yeah, okay, let's go that guy. Rest in peace, buddy.
Launch shield!
Oh, they got him. Good for them. was a bit long range.
I've lost shields! I've lost shields!
You're supposed to duck into cover automatically. No, mate, it doesn't do. Another grenade.
I've lost shields!
Apparently not. Oh crap. Gotcha.
I've lost shields!
Got him. Gonna wake my friends up a little bit. There we go, where's Caden? Oh, there he is. I'm gonna run past him. Oh. I'll have that. Never have too much meta gel. So for the fact there's a limit to how much you can carry. Can upgrade it though. Come on. Here we go. Took any longer, I think it was an English train.
Set the charges. Destroy the entire colony. Leave no evidence that we were here.
Well, that sounds like bad news. God, he's ugly. Seriously ugly. Geth look pretty cool though. Oop.
Demolition charges. The Geth must have planted them.
Jumpy sign.
Hurry! We need to find them all and shut them down!
Yeah, given that one's enough to destroy the entire colony, I'm quite sure where they're set for.
I've lost shields!
Oh dear, I really need some better shields. Where are you? Gotcha. Oh. Let's move on. Oh, Ash is down. I'd bring it back, but I'll probably be fine. Better off saving the meta gel. Ooh, good man. Get him? I got one of them in the back.
I've lost shields!
Got one. Oh, damn. Well, it's been a very long time since that happened. Well, that's what I get for being cocky.
Demolition charges. The Geth must have planted them.
Hurry! We need to find them all and shut them down.
By staring at them, apparently. We'll intimidate them into switching themselves off. Down you go. Yeah, I was right on. There we are. Yeah, who's shooting at me? Fucking cover. Let's try getting around the other way this time. See if I can get through without being shot. Oh crap. Gotcha. Ooh, no you don't. Let's try and ruin your day, buddy. That seems to go fairly well. Ooh, charge. Cover me. Didn't do a very good job of that, did you, Caden? Oh, got him. That went mercifully well. Thought he put up a much better fight, to be honest. There we go. And there you are. Turian armor, no use to me. Right. Looks suspiciously like the beacon.
Take cover.
So hot. Down you go. Discharge is really bad for your shields in particular, but damages you generally as well. No, it's not like that's going to work. Down you go.
That's it. Bag him and tag him.
Job's a good one. Alright, so a quick run around, do a bit of looting. That way, I think. Yes! Pistol, assault rifle, sniper rifle. Oh, cool. Color sensor, more armor piercing rounds. Nice. Means I've got 3 sets now. So, pistol. Yeah, that sounds good. Same as Caden's already got. Assault rifle. Oh, sweet. So, we'll upgrade Ash then. Sniper rifle. Come on. So I've got 2 Reapers. So I could actually upgrade it with that now, because I'm saving 1. Cool. Oh, it's red as well. Did we pick up any interesting armor? No, not really. Right. One word. Eventually. Yes. Thank you, anti-personnel rounds. Oh, that'll be useful. And I thought, yes, I did see one over here. It's a bit too near to the... There's a couple of shotguns. It's not a bit too near to the beacon. Because I'm not done exploring yet. I wish I could sprint. Outside of combat, I mean, rather. Unlike jog is apparently all we can do. I can run around parks in London. Interesting. I believe that's my lot, so let's have a quick look at equipment. Can pick up another pistol, yeah. Loads of shotguns, but nobody uses them. Some assault rifles, I'll hang on to that. Smoke rifles, grenades, I think I picked one of these then. Explosive. Fusion explosives, that's a new one. 20% toxic damage. Okay. Much the same as the incendiary, really. Don't think I'll bother. Got the bar to camp, it was rubbish. No decent armor. Any good upgrades? High caliber barrel, extra damage. Better accuracy, that's always good. Combat sensor. Still with what we've got, I think. You know what, no I won't. I will go for that improved sighting. Ash could probably make use of. She's got a combat sensor already. I thought I gave her one. But I think I'll transfer that to somebody else, because she might have a bit more use for something like this. High caliber barrel. Yeah, I think that would be good, cool. She doesn't seem to have too much in the way of accuracy issues, so. Okay. He hasn't got anything yet, has he? Tell you what, I will upgrade him. No, I don't think I will. Because I know what's coming, so I'm going to prepare. Equally, I've got some new companions in the non too distant future, so I shall prepare for those as well. Okay, fair enough. 15% cooldown reduction. Maybe that's not so useful. Chemical rounds. Yeah, that will be useful. Okay. Right. So, now we're all good to go. This episode's run on a while. I think I'll call it an evening there. Hope you enjoyed. I'm certainly enjoying playing Mass Effect again. Hope you're enjoying watching it. If you did, feel free to hit that like button and subscribe. I'd very much appreciate it. And leave me a comment as well. Let me know what you think. I'm open to some suggestions as well, within reason. Yeah, I'm also considering as to whether or not I should keep the subtitles on there. Let me know what you guys think on that one, because it bugged me a little bit. But if you think it's the way forward, I know most people seem to think it is. But we'll see what the consensus is and make a decision based on that. So, Follow me on Facebook and Twitter as well. You want to keep up to date with what I'm doing. And I will speak to you all soon. Thank you very much.
It used to be beautiful here.
There we go.
Normandy, the beacon is secure.
This is
Request
amazing.
immediate
Actual working Prothean technology. Unbelievable.
It wasn't doing anything like that when they dug it up. Something must have activated it.
Roger, Normandy. Standing by.
No, don't touch it. It's too dangerous.